Chapter 2, Section 2. Today we're going to study this section with 5 objectives. We're going to learn how to graph equations by plotting points, and how to find intercepts from a graph, how to find the intercept from an equation, and then how to test equation for symmetry property. The last thing, we need to know how to graph some of the key equations. All right, so let's look at the first one, how to graph equation by plotting points. Last section, we learned the basic graphs, right? How to plot a point in a rectangular coordinate system. So graphing equation by plotting points is pretty much work the same. If you have an equation and then you can get some data, per x and y value, an order pair, okay? You plug in a value for x and then you put in the equation, evaluate the corresponding y, and then do that for many rows, which is many data points, and then we can plot those points and then use smooth curve to connect those points to form the graph. Okay, let's look at a concrete example. For example, graphing equation y equals 2x plus 5. Okay, so in order to graph this linear equation, we need a few points. Okay, if you know the graph of linear equation is a straight line, actually you just need 3 points. 2 points to connect the line and 1 point for verification purpose. Okay, but since this is for the illustration, I will just get a few more points. So you can choose any value for the independent variable x. Okay, any value will be fine. Okay, so since any value is fine, I will just choose a small integer, so that will easy for me to do the calculation, right? So for example, if let x be -2, and then we plug in x equals -2, 2 times -2 plus 5, so y equals -4 plus 5, which is equals 1, right? So now we put a 1 for the y, and then we select x equals -1, maybe 2 times -1 plus 5, that's giving us positive 3, so we got another point, so we have 2 points so far, and then let x be 0, that's easy to evaluate, y equals 5, and then let x equals to 1, and then y equals 7, okay? Plug in x equals 1, and then evaluate y equals 7. So we can easily find the 4 points, right? 4 order pairs, and then we can do the graph. Set up a rectangular coordinate system. X-axis, y-axis, the origin 0, 0. And then put a scale on the number line. All right, let's plot -2, 1, left 2, up 1. Okay, this is a point, -2, 1. And then -1, 3, left 1, up 3. This is a -1, 3. And then 0, 5, right on the y-axis, 0, 5. And then 1, 7, right 1, up 7. And then connect those points, form the line, and then the line can goes either way, right? Either direction to the infinity. That's why we use arrow to represent. All right, that's how to graph this equation by plotting the points. So the key is you need to choose a value for independent variable and then plug in to the given equation, evaluate y. That's how to form our data table and then plot those points. So the book used different points, as you may see. Okay, so that's just showing you really doesn't matter. Okay, what point you choose, the graph, we got the same. So now let's give another try, graphing the equation by plotting points. This time we got a quadratic equation. Okay, so we first need to form a data table. So I will choose x from -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just easy for me to do the calculation. When x equals -3, -3 squared, y equals 9, right? And then x equals -2, -2 squared equals 4. When x equals -1, -1 squared is 1. X equals 0, 0 squared is 0. And then you notice when x equals 1, 2, 3, 1 squaring is the same as the negative of its number squaring, right? So that would be 1, 4, and a 9. All right, and then now let's graph x, y. X is origin 0, 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a scale. -1, -2, -3, -4. All right, so first origin 0, 0, that's one of the point. 1, 1, that's right here. This is a 1, 1. And then -1, 1, right? -1, 1. So we got this point, this point, this point. And then 2, 4. Y coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, right here. -2, 4. So we got these 2 points. And then 3, 9, need more. It's about here. Okay, this is a 9. 3, 9 is about here. -3, 9 is about here. Okay. Now we use smooth curve to connect those points. Okay, and then each goes to the infinity. So that's the graph we got. So let's look at a better graph. My hand graph is not looking good. Okay, let's look at the book one. So book have more points. Okay, so you can see when we use smooth curve to connect those points, and then we perform the parabola. That's the graph for quadratic equation.